Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 6 of Replay Analysis with the Pros. Today we have Shirui Wu, Pro Tour Singapore champion, here in the house with us. And not only that, he also has a bunch of top 8s, two-time top 8 Singapore nationals, top 8 at the calling in Taiwan, I want to say as well. But of course, World Tour Singapore champion here, Shirui, in the house. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just moved into my dorm yesterday, actually.
Your dorm, you're starting university, right? In NUS?
Yeah.
Awesome. What program again?
I'm doing artificial intelligence systems. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting.
Sweet. How did you celebrate after your World Tour win?
The beach party was great. We actually got invited for free to the beach party by the organizers. And after that, I brought my team to a super nice dinner at Haidilao. I'm not sure if everyone knows what it is. It's a really popular hot pot place in Singapore.
Yeah, I freaking love Haidilao. It's really good. And yeah, it wouldn't be a beach party without the PT champ there. That'll be like really weird. So glad y'all got in. Also, I need to congratulate you on your upcoming ORD. So for people who don't know, as Singaporeans, as Singaporean males, you have to go through 2 years of national service, of military service. And Shirui is currently doing it, but he's about to end. And the ending date is called ORD. So he's about to ORD, so it's always an exciting time. So congrats, man. How are you feeling about that?
Thank you. Amazing. I can't wait to be done with this. Service.
Yeah, relatable for sure. All right, so let's bring things over to the Flesh and Blood world. So obviously your finals, which is the game we're going to be covering today, was against Enki, obviously another formidable Gravy opponent. What are your thoughts about the Gravy mirror on like a high level?
I think we were like slightly more versed in that matchup because we actually recognized that the game can go to fatigue. I think their team did not. I've seen like how they play. They don't really block Conqueror of the IC and stuff, and I think they just take damage and try to race the opponent down. So they never had scenarios where it went to fatigue. So I think we had slightly more like diversity in how our games were going. So the mirror is definitely very high rolly. It's very similar to an illusionist mirror. It's two boss state heroes. The second one boss state goes over another person's boss state. You kind of can't come back. I like having sloops in the mirror since they clear an ally, especially Chum. Killing Chum on the board is very, very important. And it actually probably won me the game against Enki when I was able to clear his Chum Sawbones on turn 1.
Right. So you mentioned it can go to fatigue, but was that your game plan initially, like when you started? Because I think one fascinating thing about how this game went in particular, it's a bit of a spoiler, but it didn't seem like you wanted to fatigue at the beginning, but you ended up pivoting at some point and saying, oh wait, I'm going to fatigue you now. So, but I want to know from your end, did you start off being like, you actually wanted to fatigue from the start?
So actually on the day of the Proto itself, me and one of my testing buddies, Chu Heng, actually played against some of the members of Armory. I think I played against Michael Hamilton on day 2 as well. So we kind of knew how they sideboarded and their game plan into Gravy Bones. And we noted that they always sided clean 60 and that they went quite aggressive. And so we actually went back on the second night. I tested a few games on Talesha with Chu Heng. And we actually noted the first game I actually wasn't really trying to fatigue him. I just played normally and I ended up fatiguing him like just out of nowhere. And that's when I realized that this matchup was actually very fatigable if the opponent doesn't take into account this matchup that can go to fatigue. So that's when it got into my head that I could maybe play for fatigue. And I also decided to board out Wailer Humperning into the matchup since it doesn't help the fatigue game plan because it doesn't kill any allies. So huge thanks to Chewing for testing that for with me, and I think it definitely helped my thinking in day 2, in day 3.
That's awesome. Now, I know some of the Armory players were on Scuba. Does that change your perception on how fatigable the matchup is?
I actually played against Turing using Trey's list, which was on Scuba. It makes it a little harder. But since my list actually runs more allies into the mirror, I think it's quite often for me to have a lot of allies in the graveyard where Scuba doesn't really do much. You can just send one down, but you still have like three waiting. And you really just need to have the two box allies ready to immediately kill off the like HP threshold of the opponent. So you need something like a Rigor Mortis or a Sawbone for their charm. I typically try and have a Swabby just in case they have Whaler, but I noted that they don't play Whaler in the matchup. And I think the 3 attack Oyster is like the most important card to have in the graveyard at all times. It just kills anything for free with 1 card or 0 cards sometimes.
Right. Okay, that's amazing insight. Thank you for that. Anything else about the Gravy Mirror, or should we just get into the game?
Sunken Treasure is great if you draw it properly. I think Scuba is really annoying actually. Now that I've played into their lists, since it has 4 HP and most of your stuff does 3 damage. So you need you should need to sink extra damage into Scuba.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. All right, so here is the finals of Pro Tour Singapore, and I believe you were higher seed and you chose to go first. Can you talk about that decision? Is it like you want to attack them so that they use cards, or you just want to set up your yard? Like, what's up with the going first?
So I mean, going first, since my deck had more allies, it's quite likely to draw an ally on turn 0, especially with the 3 pot side and the 9 tipple. There's also possible to get a gold generation on turn 0, and this is what I went for here. I was debating between playing Limpet out and just sending a tipple and getting a gold, but I decided that Limpet is actually quite low impact on the field at this moment, since it would just be a 1 HP to attack kind of guy that Enki can send any tipple into. So I thought the gold would be more valuable, and I was kind of expecting the Sunken Treasure, so I wasn't too bummed out by him having it.
I see. So why did you send the blue tipple instead of the red, I guess?
So damage doesn't matter on turn 0, and just in case he did not have Sunken Treasure there, I could actually play out the Limpet immediately. Yeah.
Okay. So you would have played out the Limpet if he didn't Sunken Treasure?
I would have, yes.
Oh, you would have?
If he didn't Sunken, because it still saves me some life, and just in case he has no tipple.
Cool. And now looking at this hand over here, you're a little red heavy, like your arsenal and your hand.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I was considering the possibility of swelling into the Conqueror, but I think this turn he did his Rigor Mortis charm, so I had to clear. So I found the most efficient way to clear. I think I misplayed. I don't think I should have compassed first. I should have played the swell and then done these snoop. And if I hit the blue, I can compass to see whether it's a drawable card. But I think I used the compass to check whether I should Conqueror, whether I could Conqueror, but I think that was a mistake. I got greedy for the Conqueror before the compass activation.
Oh, I see. Because you've already decided that you'd rather do swell into sloop? Because, as in, what's Rigor Mortis charm?
I think he is not answering this turn. But the matchup is very Conqueror the High Seas. Like, you basically win and lose based on that card. The Conqueror the High Seas is kind of crazy in the mirror. So usually when I see the card, I really want to play it out. So I don't think I registered that he was not answering this turn. Then later but that's why I looked at the top deck, and then I realized that he was not going to answer, so the Conqueror wouldn't do much. So I blocked it, I believe, at the end of this turn.
Right. Yeah, that is fascinating. I think the whole like when to use compass is something a lot of Gravy players are still learning, and I'm definitely really looking forward to hearing your insight on when are you supposed to do it and when was like the wrong time to do it. So hearing you say like it's wrong to do it here despite you holding swell is fascinating. I thought if you see swell, you need to check whether it's a blue on top. But
yeah, so I believe you should use compass if the card on top may change your line of play, but the line of play actually does not change now that I looked back at it. the line of play is always Saltwater Swell into the Rigor Mortis and Sloop into the Charm. Because in the mirror, you can't really leave an ally up.
Right.
The game is more or less decided the second you leave an ally up. Yeah.
Got it. That makes so much sense. All right. So opponent is just doing their lines, and some of these gravy turns are so long, man. It's like all right.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to wait and let them finish their turn. So they went ahead and called for back alley break line, I believe. So they have like double action.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he was hoping I did not have an answer to his 2 minions since I had no allies in my graveyard and he just sunken treasured my limpet. So he was probably hoping I had no answer to clear both and I had to maybe leave like one or two of them up. In which case he can snowball the game into his favor. But I got pretty lucky with the hand where I had the perfect response here.
Mm-hmm. Also fortunate for him as well that like your sunken treasure didn't line up into his. It's so funny. Like he put two allies.
Yeah, he played around it. He played around it this way, I believe. I think it definitely impacted how he played his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant like he had no tipple to like put the allies in the yard. Like it was like a call to the grave and charge.
Oh.
Yeah.
He charted and hit the. Did he chart and hit the chart? I thought he would dead threats here actually. That's why I was really set here to use the compass. I thought he would dead threats and swing the rigor mortis, but he had an ally in hand, I think, and he pitched it.
I see.
So he had no arsenal, but I was considering. Did he pick it?
We shall see.
It looks like it. I think so. So I was still considering the Conqueror. Conqueror is really just the best card in terms. That's why I put the two bloods in. If you can stop the Conquerors with the blood, it's.
Was it only two, or did you put three?
No, I only run two. Since it is bricky. If you have, I composed immediately because I had a notion that he was gonna just by. I think I did it too fast. I should have thought of this longer.
Mm-hmm. And then hook.
So
as well. Yeah.
Yes. So it was quite important to try and deny the goal as well. I should just be blocking here. Since the compass is because as in I have to compass after this because if I miss the swell, there's nothing I can do, and the compass will change nothing in my line. But if I hit the swell, the top deck will change, and the compass will tell me if the next card is arsenalable or not.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
This was a misplay in this game.
Cool. And you hooked this rigor mortis coming in for 6, threatening your gold. Mm-hmm. And clearly it's going to be charm afterwards as well. So it's a very, very strong start from him going second. And this was something we definitely saw throughout top 8, actually, the gravy mirrors. It looked like the gravy that went second, like oftentimes, I think Enki against his game against Michael Hamilton, he went second and just snowballed the game from there, it felt like. So I'm curious to hear whether after your whole experience at World Tour, do you think the first second is maybe a lot more closer than it is for classic illusionist mirrors?
I think if you go first, you have a higher potential to just win. I think my game in the previous day, the win and in, I played Charm on turn 0, and he had to send the entire Conqueror of the High Seas and pitch 2 blues and did nothing else for the whole turn. So I got to have an arsenal for free, and he lost the Conqueror. So having a strong ally start turn 0 is usually very good. And with cards like Portal Exchange, you can do it without letting your opponent filter their hand as well. So I still think going first is better. Yeah. Tempo doesn't matter. It's not that important. Setting up your graveyard is more is I think more important.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, you also have Call to the Graves and realms that you can set up as well.
Right, of course. So Mage Master boots. So your opponent used Mage Master there, like very early. It was the first time of the game using Mage Master. So I guess since you can deal with the board here, are you like already feeling like a little bit? I don't know. I don't want to say
yes,
but yeah.
I felt pretty good that he used the Mage Master boots and a break line already at the beginning of the game. And since I had tested previously that the fatigue matchup was very possible, I kind of had an inkling that this might go that way since he cracked it on turn 1. He had he would have a less of a big turn like in the future. And yeah, so this is where I'm deliberating whether to draw. Because if I draw an ally that costs two or more, I can't play him and I can't arsenal it. So I would have wasted the gold for nothing. Um, like it's very hard. But I wasn't punished. This is where the compass would have helped a lot. So I thought about this mistake quite often.
Right. But at the same time, because of the opponent having hook up, isn't it quite difficult to protect your gold? As you know, they like tipple you, then they get a free hook activation. So it's quite difficult to protect your gold anyway, right? Like especially if they set up an ally. So
yeah, but you can use it as an instant before the attack hits. So if I had an ally in the next hand, I would be able to gravy it away before the attack hits, so the gold would be used anyway.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah,
So if you had 2 or 3 gold, it doesn't really matter. But usually the most important gold is like the last piece. It unbricks a lot of Ricky pet gravy hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're really agonizing about this decision, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I think you get quite rewarded. Yeah, you get a blood in the water, which is
I got a blood in the water. I was crazy. That was it can't save me later as well. That was really really lucky. And I did my calculations. The chance of drawing an ally was actually quite high since I saw 1 in the first 2 hands. So I almost didn't want to do it, but so I guess I just got rewarded for taking the risky line.
And how many allies do you run in this matchup again?
So the 9 essential ones, I had 2 Ankas and 2 Limpet, 2 Sobby. So
15?
16? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
16. 9. Wait, no, sorry. 15, yes.
15. Okay. Yeah, so you're still like quite a bit less than 50. Like the odds are in your favor to not draw an ally. It's like it's high, but it's like still like, yeah.
Yeah, but I had two hands without seeing it. And my next card actually was a chomp. So I was like, I definitely got quite lucky with the draw.
Close. So, okay, when you see your opponent start with Golden Tipple here, they go Golden Tipple, discarding Chum. Also, that is their second Chum as well. I guess when you look at your hand, you're thinking of blocking, which I guess you only have 2 blocking cards here, which is a bit rough. Oh, but you have Blood in the Water. Like, are you just holding your cards for until you see them activate Hook, basically?
Yes. The chip damage doesn't. So the matchup gets bad when you drop below like I think 20 HP. Since then you have to start blocking allies. And it gets really bad when it's below 10. So I think 20 is a good number to be above. And I typically try and block the hook activation most of this turn. Since I know that his attack is probably going to be chump for 4.
Mm-hmm. So looking at this hand though, your hand is kind of really awkward, right? You have 2 chums and no gold to get rid of it. Like, how do you navigate out of this hand?
I was actually pretty inclined to just play the chump from hand this turn.
I see.
This was quite a bad hand.
Yeah. Okay, so opponent is attacking with Chum for 4 with the hook activation, so you definitely want to block this. I mean, your hand isn't doing much else anyway, but like, do you consider using your D-React here, or do you really like just saving it for when they Conqueror?
I wouldn't use it here. I like to use it for the Conqueror. Since they definitely will not really expect it. And I noted here he drew twice a turn, and the tipple on top like saved this hand completely. The hand went from complete garbage to actually saved by the tipple on top. And I think you can see later, I chose to pitch the second chum to play the tipple and keep the Avastia in hand, just so that if I didn't draw a playable blue, I can still play the chum to clear his chum. It was a safer play. But actually, if I kept the chum in hand, I would have gotten reward because I drew a pot at exchange.
Right. Okay, so that compass was super impactful then. It totally changed your line.
Yeah, the compass changed the entire hand. So, yeah, if I didn't see a tipple there, I would probably have just blocked with the blue and a hook maybe, and just snap sea legs at the chum.
Yeah, because you have to
But
clear it.
yeah, so this turn I wasn't gonna interact with top deck anyway, except with blind the water. So the top deck would stay the same. There wasn't a swirl that would change it, and I needed and balance was available to be used as well. So that's why I decided to hook at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see the pot side there. I was a bit regretting for this decision, but I got rewarded for taking the risk earlier, so I was a bit more risk at first. I'm not sure how to describe it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Avast E here is just for the blue in the graveyard because you're not using the go again here, right? But the opponent does not know. I mean, you have death threads up. Are you even? There's nothing you're even threatening, right? The worst thing that you can do is like a death threads 1 for 3. So the go again, yeah. The opponent is going to be thinking about this, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he's deciding whether to chum. I'm not sure why he took so long to think about this. Then, maybe he was thinking about his line here for his next turn.
Yeah, potentially.
Or maybe, maybe he used it to bluff. He's trying to bluff that he has an ally hand for the charm activation. Yeah.
Do you think that's is bluffing? I guess it doesn't come up too much in this matchup, right? It's not like the assassin mirror, where it's like bluffing is like something that even happens too much. But okay, so you got to establish a chum to answer their chum, so that's like absolutely amazing, as opposed to like just sending a sea legs at it to like clear. Now,
Oh yes, sorry. One more thing. I think taking risks in this game is better when you're behind, and you should definitely be doing it more when you're behind. I felt behind because I was 4 health down, and I thought having a great arsenal that turn with the goal, since he would have tempo next turn with a 4 card and then be able to use hook again, means I would be down in tempo. So I thought taking the risk would be okay. But here, since I would be establishing a charm and getting full tempo almost all the time, almost most of the time when you play charm, you get full tempo. I felt it was okay to go for the safer line and play the fast. Yes.
that makes sense.
Sorry, you were saying earlier?
Are you actually behind though? Because you still have Mage Masters, right? Like, yeah, you're down in life, but that was because your opponent used Mage Masters, right?
Yeah, but I've seen Enki versus Hamilton game, and he kind of got Hamilton really behind on life and won their way. So I was a little bit scared of this happening in this game.
Right, that makes sense. Also, did you find that you were like the only gravy that brought blood in the water in the mirror? Because I think that was, at least on the coverage side, we were like, that's like fascinating innovation because you're the only gravy we saw that like brought this in the mirror, and it helped you so much.
Yeah, I had it originally in my nets. I ran 3 into the mirror. Then I realized that I drew really well, and it was actually quite useless. I was still rolling because I had allies and he had to clear every turn. So I cut it down to 0, and then I lost a few games to my testing buddy Kelvin, and mostly to blind water actually. And I realized that the card is great sometimes. So me, Kelvin, and Chu Heng talked about this, and we settled on having 2. It's not very bricky. It still can be very rewarding, and I think 2 is like just a great number to have.
Especially because you're a deck that churns through your deck that fast, right? Like, it's not like you take that long to find your first copy and just stick it in an arsenal because you're drawing like 50 cards a turn. Yeah,
that's kind of the strength of this deck. Since you draw so many cards, you find all your power cards way before your opponent does usually. So that's how it's been like, kind of beating the harder matchups. You will see your power cards way before your opponent sees theirs. So like in the Slippy matchup, you can see your charms and your Sawbones before they see all 3 of their codexes and their bonds and stuff.
So opponent is sending swell.
Yeah,
opponent sending swell at you here. They use Parside Exchange, so they put a blue in the yard and they put a limpet in there. But again, you're just like this vanilla damage. I guess you kind of have to. Are you worried about a Conqueror here actually because your arsenal is safe? Like you have blood in the water, or?
As in, I have blood in the water, so I completely do not mind Conqueror. I felt that if he had Conqueror here, I would be pretty ahead if he sent it at me. But I was pretty certain he had a way to deal with Charm if he sent the thing at face. I thought he would be ending the turn with maybe a 6 power ally onto the charm, or like maybe he tipples here, hits face, then he can rum some 6 power ally. I did not expect his line though. I think his line was pretty interesting to use the sea legs onto the charm and then use the blanche onto me. But these kind of crazy turns are enabled by Saltwater, so that was crazy.
Yeah, it's 3 block belittle. It's just in a deck that you can just look at the
Yes.
top anytime. Like not anytime, I guess once a turn cycle, but yeah.
And it's basically a 50-50 hit rate. It's like you're a 31-32 blue deck. It's crazy how often it hits. And yeah, it lost 3 as well. And it's
And it's 1 for 3 go again.
Yeah,
So it's just yeah. It lets you put I find like Gravy sometimes just puts out like Syndra numbers. It's just
yes.
you can raise Syndras, right? It's like wow.
Yeah, that's how I've been beating Syndras with the deck. You just present them more unfair numbers than the Syndras can present you. And you kind of cancel out them having a mask by having an ally, since they have to send an attack into the ally most turns. So you're just playing an unfair numbers deck versus another unfair numbers deck, I guess. But yeah, but you have the potential to do crazy things with Swirl, and my red strobes help a lot as well.
Yeah, so
I've been testing Prismatic Leyline now recently. I think it helps the matchup as well. You can get some crazy turns with it.
nice. Okay, so opponent activates the rum and then yeah, sea legs the chum here. And I guess with your hand, I mean,
Yes.
can you talk to us about the chum activation? Like, when do you actually want to activate chum in this matchup? Like, especially, I mean, this hand you're holding tipple, so you don't want to lose your ally to the chum probably. But like, does it come up often where you actually want to use the chum ability?
Not really, actually. I think I almost never activate Charm in the mirror. He's just way better as a body, since 4 health kills everything and 6 is really hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So here I got really lucky by seeing the Rigor Mortis on top. But I had a plan to just discard the Anka if it wasn't Rigor Mortis, and my turn would be Call to the Grave, searching for like the Rigor and filling the limpet probably. But since I had the top deck Rigor, I was like pretty crazy lucky. I could just do my turn and make a bunch of gold.
Nice. Cool. So you pitch the yellow tipple here to send the red. Guess you're...
Yes.
Yeah.
I think like earlier when I pitched the red tipple to play the blue, I think keeping the blue in the hand is very important, since you need the blue with go again in your hand to enable like a turn. It's kind of like a Mystic Hero. You need the blues in hand. You're trying to keep the blues and pitch like yellows and sometimes reds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was
so
thinking because like,
that decision,
I was like, you're overkilling the limpet there, but I guess you might want the one floating for something.
Yes, I think I use it for the Rigor here. I use the one floating the dead threats to swing the Rigor Mortis. Overkilling the ally is kind of fine, I think. Since most of the important like breakpoint allies seem to clear the Sawbones will come off first cycle. It's very rare to see Sawbones in the second cycle. This is such an impactful card. You usually want to play first cycle. So if I were to pitch out the red tipple, it would come back at it's probably not a very good timing anyway.
Right. Okay, so this Call to the Grave here, why Sawbones? What are you thinking when you're like putting this ally in the yard from Call to the Grave?
So I wanted a nice, cheap ally that I could play, and Sawbones is one of the best allies at any given time. He has been quite hard to kill. He's great in numbers. And he swings for 6, which means he kills the chums and everything. I was also keeping track of the allies that had died on his side to kind of figure out what I need, what like 2-box cards I need in my graveyard. So,
yeah, the reason I asked is because you already had the Rigor Mortis in the yard, which is the card that you were going to play an attack with. So the Call to the Grave was really just set up right for future. So
yes,
you have the option
was
for like
between.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, it was between.
It was between Sawbones, Hoisted, and Chum. But I think Oyston wasn't needed just yet. Since he has nothing in graveyard, uh, Sawbones actually presents an additional like possibility of presenting aggressive damage six to face and protecting myself as well. Uh, versus Oyston and Charm is, uh, I think, a bit expensive in these scenarios. When he kind of has nothing in the yard for me to really respect. So you were saying about
Yeah, the next thing I want to ask is actually your Arsenal priority over there. So you had the option to maybe call to the grave for a charm and then pitch the yellow golden tipple to like resolve it. But I guess how highly do you prioritize having a golden tipple in Arsenal? Because obviously, if your opponent sets something up, golden tipple is kind of like your best answer for a lot of them, like rigor mortis and limpets and stuff. So, like if you see golden tipple, are you trying to get an Arsenal if possible? Is that the
yes, it's like one of the best cards in Arsenal in this matchup since it kills the allies and leaves you open to attack face with the allies. Also, it being the gold generator and the engine of the deck makes it priority Arsenal in basically most matchups anyway.
So it'd be very rare that you pitch it there to like establish a charm or something. Basically, it'd be very
yes, I would not be yeah. Mm-hmm. That turn definitely I think would have been rigor anyway. It's just pushing like 6 damage with the hook, and I think charm there would be kind of wasteful. I feel.
All right. Makes sense.
Yeah, charm is better when your opponent has like used more of these 6 attacks, allies like the Sawbones and the Rigor Mortis, and here he only had played 1, I think. So he still had 3 Sawbones and 2 Rigor Mortis. So playing the charm here was, I think, not very worth it since he has quite a high chance to have a 6 attack power ally. He still had 5 left. Yeah. I was pretty fortunate this reveal the 1, so I could drop with the typical.
Yeah, and the opponent hooks it, so you know for sure they're going to make a gold later on. So it's not even like you're blowing up the hook, but you just don't want. Like I think, yeah, you said it's the first gold is super important, and your opponent's on 0, so you're like, okay, I'll just
Mm-hmm. Well, the matchup is like a very gold breaks and unbreaks a lot of gravy hands. Having the gold is a lifesaver a lot of times for both players. So, I mean, you can see later on. I think the gold. He was short on gold, and I was very heavily ahead on gold, and it stifled like, quite a lot of his game plan.
Yeah, and you got to do some really disgusting things because of that. So, what are you thinking with this hand here? So, you have your 3 cards in hand. You know your top is a blue golden tipple. Your Arsenal's yellow tipple. Are you thinking of charting into the golden tipple or like drawing into the golden tipple with your golden tipple? Like, I think these are sort of hands which are very confusing for people trying to pick up gravy. So if you could like walk us through how you're thinking of sequencing here.
So I'm perfectly okay sending the yellow tipple into the Oyston and charting and pitching the golden tipple. So I know that the chart is essentially like a give no quarter, like pitch 3, activate gravy bones. So I'm very okay with pitching the golden tipple. I was expecting a Sawbones coming soon from Enki since I saw none this game. I tend to take like charts when I see the blue. I think missing the blue is really bad on chart. And hitting the ally is like just a cherry on top if you can get it.
So if you see an ally on top, suppose a compass revealed ally on top, would you still chart there? I guess probably because you don't want to tipple into it either.
I might. I think I would. Sorry, can I see the hand at the beginning of the turn? What exactly 4 cards I do? It was Back-Alley Break Line.
It was chart, Back-Alley Break
Blue
Line,
Tipple,
Blue Tipple, and the ally, the Anka.
Oh yes, I think I would probably. I don't think I would chart actually immediately. I think I might gravy the ally away and try and dig towards the blue since there would be. I think there were 2 blues or 3 blues in the hand.
I see.
I think missing the blue is like quite hugely prepared. And
Okay.
but honestly, if I miss the blue, I could just play out the oyster. So the chart here is mostly just an activator for the turn. And I still could pitch the back alley.
Which you definitely want to, right? You don't really want to be holding on to back alley. Like you can't arsenal it.
Yeah.
You don't want to send it either. So it's just, you are trying to.
Yeah, you definitely want it in the deck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so over here you established Limpet. Limpet was what you got off the chart.
Mm.
So you don't have any rum. So okay. I was like, how are you giving an exile like?
Oh,
okay,
yes. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. The chart is whenever you chart. Oh, sorry. I developed two allies here because he has nothing in graveyard, and I want to just pressure with the board a little bit. I wasn't gonna win on life total this game anyway. I was also behind on life total, but I wanted to just push back a bit and set up something that he has to deal with. So less damage will be going to my face. And Limpet is great. It's a great like destruction. It's kind of like Ashwing from Tromai, even though I never played Tromai.
So
yeah, it's.
Go on.
Oh, so I just set up this so that he would have two stand attacks. Maybe I was hoping he would skip his whole turn, probably to try and clear the board. Sorry. Back to my talk about the chart. If you see an ally on top and you want to chart, always make sure you have a play. If you miss the blue, always be prepared to miss the blue and have a line ready. Don't just do it if your turn will literally end after you chart and hit no blues. So here, I think if I charted, the chances of hitting a blue if I drew the tipple, I think would be quite low since I would have three blues together, from like 5 cards. And not next card being a blue is like not super high. So I just took the blue from the chart there. But I think if I saw an ally, I would probably actually still play it, since that means I just wouldn't Mage Master and Limp It. I would just play the Stormwinds.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So sorry, back to your question.
I don't remember what it was. Never mind. Maybe it'll come back to me. All right, so you got Limpet Soulbones here, which is obviously super strong, and Blood and Water and Arsenal as well. And this is a second Blood as well. Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you feel really...
Yeah, the
yes.
gold disparity is crazy.
Yes, I remember my question. So based on what you just said, means at this point, which is like turn 5, you were already sort of planning for fatigue because you fell behind in life?
Yeah, and I was down at Conqueror as well, something that I had to block with it earlier. So tempo wise and damage wise, I don't think I was getting like super easily, unless the Soul Wounds.
That is so interesting because I don't think the average viewer would think that you're already thinking about fatigue at this point. I think to us it seemed more like later on you started to pivot to fatigue. So that's super interesting.
Yeah, this is the turn that cemented the plan when I saw the second Conqueror. Wait, was it? Oh, sorry, this was when I saw the Conqueror hit the get blooded. Like he's down 8 damage, and I am still super healthy, and my graveyard is like quite healthy as well. I would have an Anka next turn together with my other Anka and Oyster.
Right. Yeah, an opponent doesn't send more damage to the Limpet as well. You can't... Is there any ally that you might be okay like leaving up? I definitely don't think Limp is one of those allies. But is there any ally where like, you know what, this one is fine if it stays around like a turn? Oyster maybe?
Limpet is okay for him to live up here.
Okay.
Limpet is just really annoying when he has stuff like Rigor Mortis to play out. I think he actually left it up this turn since nothing could be cleared by. I didn't even attack the Limpet. Since when the life totals are this far apart, there's almost no way for you to win by just attacking. You have to set up a board and hope it sticks and hope to win that way. And the Limpet's 2 damage is not very impactful here, but it clears Rigor Mortis, it clears Oyster very effectively. And I saw he was running his own Limpet earlier as well, so it would help me kill that as well.
Got it. And but it won't even clear like a Soul Bones, which is what he currently has in his yard. So
yes, I think this time was the Oysters, not the Soul Bones.
okay. So let's talk about your hand over here for a little bit. Man, some of these gravy hands. So
So,
yeah, it's like I guess is this one of those hands where you just wouldn't compass until after your tipple because your turn always involves tipple? Oh, but you have blood in the water, so maybe you want to compass for that. Like, what do you think about compass with this hand?
yeah, typically when I blind the water, I compass on the opponent turn so I can see whether to discard or on top. But I only do it if I really want to blood this turn. And it also helps you decide whether you want to block more to cover the damage or not.
Okay.
Um I was looking at the hand. Actually he didn't block anything on my turn. So I was pretty sure he had a conqueror or something to hit that since I've noted he had no sloops, so he has no extenders in the deck other than like triple and conqueror. So I was pretty certain it might be a conqueror coming.
Right. Yep. That follows.
Yeah, I think I expected almost all the conquerors this game. The second conqueror, I almost instantly blocked because I was kind of expecting it because he took a hook. I think on him.
Got it. Yeah, opponent over here. Yeah, remember we were watching this game and he seemed a little bit starved on allies. At least like there's certain hands like this where he's just like, he's like digging for allies, but
Yeah,
he couldn't find it.
he drew pretty poorly. He drew a lot of his. Oh, here he's playing our sunken treasure. Yes, he wanted to. I think maybe what he wanted to do is play conqueror. Oh, but he can't play the. Hmm.
Like he can use the blue tipple here to clear the limpet, but that doesn't feel good, right? Because you're not doing the discard part of it.
I was thinking he might want to conqueror then pitch to pot side. Did he draw already? I think he should not have drawn. I think if I was in his shoes, I would have maybe conquered and then pot sided and drawn a card with the the pot side exchange trick where you don't discard.
Yeah, where hand is empty. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
you
I noted something like this, but he played around the sunken treasure for almost the whole game. So props to him. He really. I was actually quite surprised at how well he played around sunken treasure.
yeah, like right over there, he
But
used gravy to get a blue in his yard, so that and he can
yes,
play out the sawbones before he attacks with conqueror. So yeah, that's
yeah,
very well
but
played on.
yeah, I think it shot him in the foot a little bit since he went down to no gold by doing this little bit playing around the sunken here.
Yeah. Okay. So you activated a compass,
But
as you said.
actually,
Mhm.
yeah, actually, he probably was expecting to get a gold anyway, since I would block. He probably would assume I want to block 8 on the conqueror, and then he can swing 6 with hook, which means he will get a gold either way. Yeah, but not many people were expecting the part against conqueror. It's
Yeah.
such a crazy deck. Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like he did leave the limpet up, as you said. Is this hook coming at you for 6?
Yes,
Yeah. So
I think I wanted to block since he had no gold. So I abandoned my plan of tippling the Anka. Since I mean, this hand I think is quite straightforward. You tipple the Anka, and then you can choose to either play Murderous or tip the Barkeep. But since he did that, I gravied to try and like get another 3 block in my hand, so I can block with like the Murderous or a tip. Yeah,
so you can
yeah, I would
6.
block with. Yes, I think the rum here is more important. That's why I blocked with the Murderous, since I have no shoes, I have no Mage Master boots, and I have no rum. And I just need the Oyster to kill the Sawbones.
Right, yeah, and here's where you were saying like Oyston is like very important for clearing some of these allies easily, like Sawbones and Swabi probably.
Yes, Sawbones, Swabi, I mean even Rigamortar sometimes. It's so cheap, and it's also so annoying for the opponents to deal with.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. This actually turned out so efficient. I'm in awe. We're just like, yeah, you're like tip the barkeep, oyster, and clear the sawbones, and you have a red tipple to like insulate yourself on the following turn if you set something up as well.
Yeah. Usually in these games where I think it might be going to fatigue, I use the rum to double ally without swinging. Or triple ally sometimes like without swinging.
Right.
I think it's pretty good to like set up a whiteboard since I had 2 allies in my graveyard and he had none, so I was ahead on like the graveyard game. And I wanted to set up more ROM so I could do more multi ally plays so I could save like more HP.
Right. Yeah, it's just wild that your opponent sent a Conqueror at you and like a Sawbones for 6, and you still had, I don't know, like just a very good turn. It looked like it was like wow. And your opponent's kind of starving
Yeah.
gold here. So at this point, actually, yeah, talk to us about. Do you feel ahead at this point?
Him discarding the yellow tipple made me feel super red, actually. Him having no allies and losing that tipple from his deck means he's down damage, he's down gold, since gold is technically limited in this mirror by how many tipples and port sites and charts you play. Uh, so he's losing quite a valuable resource to get a gold and dig to his ally, and it meant that his hand had no allies to play from here. So I think
Yeah.
he drew his tipples and allies quite at poor timings for this game. But that's why I run extra allies into the mirror. If you get ally stuff like this, it's really so miserable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like he didn't manage to find it as well. Like he drew off tipple and grew off the gold and still didn't find it. And I guess in that spot, in those cases, Conqueror isn't even that threatening, right? Like how scared are you of Conqueror when the opponent has no board or no way to set up a board?
Yeah, if he conquers me, and even if he can set out the board, the oyster is still there.
And this is the second Conqueror now? Yeah.
Yeah. So he has no follow up to this, and he hasn't played the blue. I'm pretty sure. So the only way he can convert this turn is if he uses his last card for Call to the Grave and find something like Rigor Mortis. But my arsenal was Red Golden Tipple, and I had Sorby in hand. So his summoned ally would have to kill my Oyster, or else it just dies to the Oyster swing. So I was very happy just blocking 8 here. I drew a Sorby off the gravy and discarded a Sorby, so it did nothing for me.
So this is interesting.
So I had a plan.
You gravied before compassing. So this is another one of the spots where no matter what you see on top, you would have always tried to gravy the Swabby in your hand away, right? Isn't?
Yeah, I had a surplus of gold anyway, so I was probably always gravying. And I think it's important to say compass sometimes in case you draw a chart or you draw a swell, so you can see what's next. And also, if I draw like a blue or if I draw a blue, I can actually pitch it. I can actually like compass, see the top, draw off gold and then play tipple, and I have an arsenal.
Got it. So okay, so you block 8 here, and then on your turn, you're thinking of just pitching to gold, is it?
Oh. No. So here I was really just considering what he could do to follow this up, and the worst he could do is I think Sawbones with Call to the Grave and played. So he would kill Oyster, and then I would kill it with tipple. But because he didn't really do anything, also if I drew here, nothing would happen.
Yeah. Okay.
If I drew here, I would have to pass.
So now that you compassed, okay. So talk to me about the compass activation over there. What?
Yeah. Like, so here, if I compassed and I saw blue or something, I could actually like pitch, maybe draw again and play like the tipple and like get sound value off of the Soviet in my hand. But since it was a red on top, I couldn't do anything. Yeah, top deck access is so important when you have gold draw access for the whole game. Gold really is the payoff. They fixed Olympia.
Yeah, just give him compass.
Just give him 31 blues.
So you just swing on Oyster here and you just hold on to the Swabby in your hand. Like, is that... yeah, like, talk to us about that. Like, you don't mind just holding on to the ally? Is it because you have a tipple in Arsenal? Or... Like,
I had tipple in Arsenal and assault tipple on top. So I think it's great to hold the ally there so you can have an out to generate gold from both those sources.
I see.
And here I'm also pretty stoked to see him just discard sea legs, which meant that he had no allies.
Yeah, once again, he's been quite ally starved, it seems like. How many allies did you say they like to run in the mirror? Was it like...
His deck... I played against his teammates earlier, so I noted down. But I think he ran slightly more. He ran the 9 essential ones. I think his list only had 1 speed. Shout out to my team, Gas Guzzlers. They helped out so much. Before all these games, actually, they were pouring through the deck list on site and telling me about like what might be in the sideboard and what to look out for.
That is so awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it's an individual game for sure, but I feel like the team helps so much in like the preparation and honestly emotional support.
Yeah,
So it looks like your opponent finally found the Sawbones. They found an ally after using like 2 tipples to dig to it. I think they played. Yeah, I don't remember
yeah.
what they do, but yeah.
Something interesting in Gravy is that the more hands you see without ally, the more likely you will see multiple ally hands, which is also not ideal. So uh, I think he just got pretty unfortunate with the sequences of draws and not seeing any allies, which meant he couldn't keep pressure after getting my life solo.
Right. So you blocked his first tipple, which was the hook activation, and then the rest of it, you're kind of just like. I mean, you actually only have one blocking card left, I guess. I mean, you could gravy into another one, but
I think he should have hooked the 3 attack tipple here. Actually, I feel like the tipple on the 2 attack, it let me block with the tipple in my hand, so I could just pop that exchange, discard an ally, then dead threats, red tipple, discard another ally, and play something from my yard.
Mm-hmm. I think he might have drawn into the red tipple from the first tipple. I think that's why he didn't hook that.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
I
didn't track his hands, but yeah. Okay, so you just take the Sawbones for 6. So I don't know, isn't this... I don't know, it feels scary. Like looking at your life total, you're at 12 to 29. It just feels a little scary, like taking a full Sawbones for 6. But
so the idea here is the charm will give me 6 life. So and this turn like really kind of doesn't function without me keeping most of the cards in my hand.
Right.
Even if I had previewed there, drawn the blue, I could like kind of block 3. But I like having the super excess of allies in the graveyard. It's kind of like a toolbox. You can access them anytime you want, and I mean you can see. Having a full graveyard versus having like such a thin graveyard like Enki had this game affected the game so much.
Right.
I'll be able to produce pressure at any time if I have a blue, and he couldn't produce pressure for so many turns because his graveyard was empty.
So looking at this hand here, you've played your blue, you've got 5 allies. Are you thinking of rumming to establish double ally, or what's?
I think it. Did I double ally this time? I considered double allying. I don't remember what I did here. I think I was considering drawing as well, but I think I drew a bunch actually here. Because I didn't see. I still had like a sloop. I still had a conqueror, and I called to the grave for back alley break line. So I was kind of okay with drawing and trying to find something to extend my turn. And I had so much gold that I wasn't cut too much with. Most of my allies were like in the graveyard. So I didn't really need the gold to fix my hand. I kept drawing yellows, so I decided to just give up after like I think this draws. I was like, oh.
Right.
I think it's still double allied. I think I played. Did I?
You pitched the call to the grave here, so you're holding. Yeah, you're holding Avasti, Sea Legs, and Rigor Mortis.
Oh, a line here to consider is after the Avasti because you have a realm, so you can double ally and swim with both. Since even if I just like paid charm here, it probably get me like quite a lot of tempo, and he would have to clear it.
Any reason you didn't just rum to try and double ally, like after a port side exchange?
So double allying in this scenario when I'm this behind on life, I don't think is amazing. Since the damage number wouldn't matter that much, I think it's better to double ally and swing and kill like maybe 2 of his own allies.
I see.
So I didn't play the charm here since it just gains me 6 health in this matchup that I was pretty certain would go to fatigue anyway since I was so behind on life and tempo.
Got it. Yeah, we just skipped past the jet gold. I think you forgot to make a gold off of something, so they corrected that, and you're back to 3 now. I think it was like a port or something, and they caught it. Cool. So you hook this charm obviously because it's free, and you've got
the jet falls. I think they let me take it back because the gold generation is mandatory. So
and you're doing exactly what you said. You're gonna Arsenal of Asti with a rum up.
So that enables the double ally swing. Sacking 2 action points in one turn is always very key in the gravy deck. Also, I think I was missing a little bit of resources to double. Like, I really wanted to play Chum this turn. I wanted to play Chum and maybe Rigor Mortis. I was missing like one resource or something, and I drew 2 yellows. So I was like, okay, well, I believe that was what I was thinking. Since I'm with 12, I need to get the 12 HP from Chum. I need to get 6 HP from Chum right now. And yes, and setting up the Avasi for like a future double ally swing is super important.
Mm. Okay.
I think it's quite interesting. Gravy is like action point style. You need 2 action points to do his strongest turn, which is 2 allies and attack.
Yeah. And I guess once a game you have Mage Masters to try and be one of those 2 action points that you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like he took your Chum 4 and let you steal a gold, which is big because he's just down to 1 gold now.
Yeah, but he can't really block the Chum anyway. So for him blocking with Nitrates is the only efficient way to block it, or give me 2 cards.
True.
And give me 2 cards, it gives me complete full tempo.
Especially since
because you have the Chum.
They weren't running Blood on the Water and the Mirror, yeah.
Yeah. And this is the Conqueror I was expecting. Because he was keeping he didn't block with Chum at all. I think I almost snap blocked this with like my Conqueror and the Murderers and the Slope. And this was like kind of the turning point, I guess, where I 100% knew I was going to fatigue. I was down 2 Conquerors, I played none. He's down 2 Conquerors, he played both. I'm still like above 10, which is the safe-ish range. Below 20 is when you feel a bit off, but below 10 is when it gets really dicey. So I was still quite healthy. He was down 2 Conquerors. I know he doesn't have Sloop to extend his hand. His graveyard is like kind of empty, so this is when I like fully really committed.
It's so interesting because you said Conqueror is like one of the most important cards in this matchup, but you're the one who had to block with your Conquerors, and he managed to resolve his. But you're still confident about being able to fatigue.
Mm-hmm. The one playing the Conquerors. My Conquerors line up so badly for me this year. I had to play all of them because both of them came with his Conquerors. So, and each Conqueror down means your down damage is all in your deck. So,
yeah. So exactly what you said. You did snap block that for 8. It's like you already had it prepared.
Yeah.
And he goes.
I kind of smelled it coming.
But he has to clear the Chum here, right? So you're not scared about this call. Like, he's going to call for like a 6 power probably and clear your Chum? Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah, I was expecting like a Sawbones or Rigor Mortis to clear the Chum. I think he Sawbones then killed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
because he had it already in the yard.
Exactly. And then, yeah.
Oh, he didn't play around Sunken Treasure Distant actually. Maybe both were in the pitch.
Well, he could have called, like, if he... Oh, I get what you're saying. He like called to the grave.
Yeah, first. He could have called to first, played the Sawbones, then maybe he just got.
Maybe he tracked like as well.
Yeah. Okay, this is where I was counting in my deck the damage I had. You see this take back? I was actually counting if I had enough damage in deck. If I needed more damage in my deck, or if I needed a tip, because I was very certain it would reach that cycle anyway.
Right.
Since I was coming to the fatigue, I was counting the amount of tips I had and the like damage I had in my deck. And I counted his Rigor Mortis because the Sword is a Rigor Mortis killer. And I think that was the last tip the barkeep in my entire deck. So I kept it instead.
Makes sense. I want to ask you about the compass activation. So before you played the chart there, you compass to check if it was a blue on top. What was your line if you didn't see a blue on top? You played the Avasti, I guess? Oh, yeah, I guess you played Avasti and you use your for normal pitch? Okay.
Yeah, because there's no plan here if I Chime is the blue. If I Chime is the blue, the turn's like... the turn's very stifled.
Right. Okay, so if you miss the blue there, then you would have played Avasti, attack with then and try and double ally, but you only get to attack with one ally, I guess?
I think I might just double ally, not attack here. Like I might just play Avasti, play like Anka and Rigor Mortis. I think I have both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, but you hit the chart, so you went ahead and did that, and then now you have two.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I missplit. I think I should just play Rigor Mortis and not Stormy Bunker from the chart. Uh, at this
Oh,
point, the damage doesn't matter.
oh, I see. So instead of using the one resource to swing with Anka, you just establish another ally.
Just another game. Yeah.
Interesting.
I was counting his tipples as well. I think he's also very like I was counting his tipples and blue soils.
Yeah, I mean, he used a few of them sort of without like he used a tipple to discard a tipple. He used another tipple to discard the sea
Yeah.
lens. So he's a bit lower on those kind of attacks, and we definitely see that happening. We're getting to that point soon where you start to see Enki like run out of those attacks, and you just like had a whole bunch of allies on the board.
Yeah. So sometimes just save me 3 life. If I played the Rigor Mortis, it would have saved me another uh like probably 6 life actually. He has no way to kill the Rigor Mortis in his hand. So yeah, definitely a misplay on my part. I should have just since my graveyard was so stacked already, I don't need to save the Rigor Mortis in case of something else.
Is there any world where you can get like counter fatigued? Like if you just play your allies without attacking with them, and then he clears them with like small attacks. Like, is there a world where you run out of allies before he does, or is that usually just like not possible?
Yes, it is possible. It is possible. But I was counting the allies he had played out already and the allies I still had. And I was pretty certain that wasn't going to happen. I don't think that was possible. I had much more damage left than he did.
I see. I see. Cool. And that's his last chum, I believe, the one that you just put in the yard
Yes.
on the port side.
Or maybe I thought the Rigor Mortis was to kill the chunk easily, but I do have 2 Sobbies in there. I'm not. I think the correct play would be to play the Rigor Mortis. I did note that he had like almost no blue one attacks left in the deck. They were like all pitched.
Right. Although, I mean, I think he played Call to the Grave fairly recently, so it's like it could have shuffled around.
The previous. Oh yes, he did
Yeah.
play Call to the Grave. I'm always keeping track of red tipples for my Sawbones and Sobbies, and then the blue and yellow tipples for my Rigor Mortis.
And Limpet, yeah.
I think it's quite important. Yeah.
Red Swell as well for the Sovereigns.
Yeah. I think he had like 1 blue swell. I don't remember. I noticed that he had like very little blue one attacks left at some point.
So at this point, he's finally found some allies. Like it's been like the whole game we only saw him have like 1 ally in the yard, but now he's like got 3. Is that threatening to you at all? He's also got Rum, and you're at 11. Like, is that like, are you confident in your ability to fatigue him at this point, or are you still like sweating a little bit?
Definitely was quite. I was setting. If he had a Avasti this turn, he could have Avasti swung with like Rigor Mortis and Sobby potentially. But he did drop cards through. What did he do this time? Oh, he killed the Anka. Yes.
The tipple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, it was fine because he had to kill the ally. If you have an ally that they have to kill, usually it stifles the turn a lot.
Oh,
they can't do the crazy hands.
There was a moment that actually, so he started his turn by popping a gold, I think. Did you? What are your thoughts on using the Anka ability in the matchup? Is that something like, yeah, again, is similar to Chum? Like, have you actually ever used that ability in the matchup, or is Anka just a stat stick basically?
He is the stat thing most of the time, and actually, I counted the allies left for him. If you Anka and they have another ally in hand, it's so bad. So okay. I believe I remember seeing like him pitching down the 2 Rigor Mortis in the early turns. Although he kept shuffling, but I remember like there was like he still had a lot of allies left. I think he had like 3 or 4, so the chance that he had an ally was decently high, and the turn was already very stifled from him clearing the Anka with the red, to which I didn't think I needed to strip his hand down.
Okay. And then use block 6 on the Swabby with your only blocking cards, and what are you thinking with this hand?
Probably just kill his And I very good line is to just pitch to I and use pitch to the goal and use I. But Graving here gave me the chance to find out the. Actually, I think I saw the swirl with the compass, right? So
yeah, you saw the blue swirl.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean that's like one of the best lines is you just copy use play swirl and pitch the I. Since your deck is 31 blues, your I will see two cards. If they are both not blue, you bottom both, and the last card is like the third card in a row. If it's the third card in a row, it's not a blue. It's just really crazy unlucky now. The 31 blue deck, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah, I basically says and there's a blue in the top 3. Your swell always hits, and you're sending the swell at his face. And how do you plan to clear the swabby here?
I think I'm gonna send like an ally or
something, right?
I just swabby the guy. I think I might have. Oh, I think I Avasiate, swung, and then used to go against the ally. So this is when I realized that I think maybe I don't matter anymore. I had too many.
Yeah, and I think you bottomed the Sawbones. You saw Sawbones on top with the eye, and you bottomed it because.
It's a non-block, and I don't think I needed him anytime soon. He had no charms left for me to need to respect. So he has one charm left. I need to respect, but I already have a Sawbones and a Ring of Mortis, so I don't need a. And so it just helps me draw better blocking hands in this scenario.
Makes sense. And I guess it saves you a gold effectively, because if you draw it and you need to block, then you have to use a gold to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, me playing the Anka here, I think was quite good. This is why Anka, I think, is great. He kills still most of the mirror allies, and is quite hard to kill himself as a 3 HP unit.
Yeah, because
sorry?
The 3 attack cards are already quite taxed, right? You need them for Sawbones, and you need them for Swabbies, and then now you also have Ankas. So you have 8. You have 2 Ankas, correct?
Yes.
So you have 8 allies that.
I have 3 Swabbies as well.
Oh, okay.
So 7, yeah.
7. That ask them to use their 3 power things on it, but it's they only have 6 3 power things, and it might not always line up.
Yes, and yeah, and they most of the time it also always just goes. Quite often it just goes fade as well. So I think it's usually 4 that can kill the allies. I hope Red Tip fight. I think in my Arsenal most of this game was a triple or Blind the Water. I think the premium Arsenals in the mirror are triples and Swells and Blind the Waters.
Sloops?
That's Sloops. I think I had one early, but that's all I had nothing better to Arsenal. It's good when they haven't played any jumps and they're coming out.
Right.
Because you kill a chump and you don't expand an ally. Oh yes, Anka is great because you play him. He's not a premium ally that you need to save. So he's not one of the 6 attack ones that you need to save for chump. And he's not like a premium ally. He's kind of a filler ally you can play out to kill an ally. You kill something and clear the board without expending too much resources.
But they have to deal with it, of course, because they can't just leave it around at the same time, even though it's not premium. So that's interesting.
Yes, it's like when you have it's a second screwdriver that's slightly worse than your main one. So yeah.
And then your opponent's giving you priority windows here for your Anka before they do their card draw. But even if you had a Watery Grave, I think you said you wouldn't bother, right, using it to Anka.
Yeah. This turn's gonna be quite bad anyway.
I mean, he's still got Rum and 3 allies. In the
but he can't leave my guys alive.
Yeah, his turn
is his turn is a clearing turn. Right. I think actually this is the point where I think he kills the Sawbones. I think it's one of these coming turns he stops caring about the allies.
Yeah. I think we looked at the face down yard just now, and he both of you have quite a few allies that are face down at this point. But you have 2 allies on the board and 3 more available, and he only has 3 that he still needs to establish.
Oh my god, the phase down watery grave is actually such a headache to track. I was keeping track of it for almost this whole game. It was so tiring.
So, okay, looking at your hand here, though, like, if he establishes, like, Swabby, Rigor Mortis, your hand, and, like, he clears your guys, your hand doesn't really deal with them very well, right? I guess Rigor Mortis you clear with Swell, and you establish an ally, maybe? Okay, if he
Yeah,
establishes, like, I guess if he establishes, like, Sawbo and Swabby, then you're, like, in a bit of a tough spot, maybe? Or...
I think that's why I asked for a deck check. And he had like 7 cards.
Mm.
Oh no, sorry, he had like a bit more than 7. But he had very little cards left, and uh, I was pretty confident I could clear whatever he sent at me. I had Rom as well.
I guess if you have
Yeah,
to
and I
conquer
conquered
a
the high
Swabby,
speeds.
if you have to conquer a Swabby, you probably would do it.
Yes, I would do it if I had to. But he has to clear my allies. If he doesn't clear the allies, like I kill his ball with 1 card in my hand.
Mm.
Oh no, it's coming. the thing.
So it was Give No Quarter. I noticed you don't have Give No Quarter in your list, right?
Yeah, actually, someone on Facebook messaged me about this today. So I realized Give No Quarter isn't that good in the deck since it doesn't pay for the ally to attack, and the only allies in your deck that can get full value out of Give No Quarter are Swabby and Chum and Wailer Humperdinck. But Swabby and Wailer Humperdinck are inside board like 90% of the time. And I hate to play Chum with Give No Quarter because you have to pitch one extra resource. Like the card feels quite like even Anki only ran 1. I don't really like the card very much.
And then you also need an extra action point somewhere, right? Like if you want to attack
yes,
with an
you need
ally
an
as well,
extra point as well.
it does ask quite a bit from you.
Yeah. One thing I noted, even if he had the goal again, he would literally just play a Chum and pass, I think. So I don't think it would have changed anything. Or he could play the Rigor Mortis, I guess.
Okay.
I think he would have just played the Chum from his graveyard and Arsenal chart. So he had no second action point generation this turn.
So here this Swabby's coming at you 7 go again. And you're kind of just like, oh, you're happy that he just left your board, right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's like 7 no go again. I was pretty happy that he left my board up, yeah. This is when he decided to give up on clearing the board, so that usually means because I'm at 10 health, I like I mentioned before, it only gets dicey when you're below 10 health. That means you have to start actually blocking and respecting the allies. Him ignoring my allies when I'm at 10 means it's really good for me. I will always have cheap weapons to use and clear his board, and he will always be on the back foot.
Right.
Trying to clear my stuff every turn.
I thought he used Rum to attack with the Swabby. No, he tapped Gravy for something else earlier, I think. Okay, so
no, he used the Rum turn. Sorry, yeah, this is the unfortunate turn. But I think he also kind of recognized that the game was kind of over. Because he had not much gas left, and he had to start. He had the Swabby attack phase was quite a desperation play.
Right, and you're still being very conservative with your Rum here. Like, I guess at this point, are you just saving your Rum in case he double allies you? Then you can just Rum to clear both. Like, I guess yeah, right. Because there's no point attacking him with Rum because, like you said, life trouble doesn't matter. You're just attacking him at this point. Okay.
The kind of risk here is he double allies and kills both my allies, and I don't have a way to kill both his allies immediately. So the Rum is there kind of as a guarantee that I can kind of do it. It's like it helps. It's like also the Conqueror as well. It wasn't really to go for it. It was more to kill his double ally turn. Since he wasn't gonna be hitting face, he probably can't afford to hit face that much anymore. I thought since that he had to clear the board, and the only way I lost here is to be like kill 2 allies. I couldn't kill that.
Also, I mean, because you have a Chum, he also can't just go face, right? Like, he can't reliably be like, I'm just gonna go face, because you could activate Chum.
I'm kind of running low on Watery Grave at this point. I had like 2 or 3 cards left in my deck of Watery Grave, so the chunk. If I drew them here, it would kind of mean that he can't. That's why I prioritize in this situation. I prioritize Charm and I started Sawbones. later on you can see me play the Sovereign from hand. I did that. Here also I was considering my cards, my blocking cards, so that I wouldn't get fatigued by him attacking me.
Oh, and here you're back to your Sunken Treasure, which is, and he's attacking you. So this is kind of nuts, right, for you?
Yeah, this was a great draw. I don't think that changed that much. The chump would just be another body to get killed by Sawbones.
Right. But yeah, so you cleared 2 chumps this game, and one of them you managed to turn down the Sunken Treasure here at the end state, which is kind of devastating for him, right? It probably also like changes, because that was his last ally in his yard, I think. So
yeah, he had one more Rigor Mortis in his bed. Oh, he had one more Rigor Mortis in his hand. I think he just plays it out here and double 6.
Right. And he's attacking your face.
Yeah, I think this was the last ally in his deck, and I knew here that it was kind of over when he had to hit face. So I counted the amount of blocking cards in my deck, counted like how much stuff he had remaining, and I realized that there's nothing left, so I just took the 6. I was thinking maybe he would arsenal like a important card so I could conquer him and send and kill both his allies. I think I should just block 2 and
I see. So looking back, this is you would block 2 here and just use Rum to clear both Rigor Mortis and then pass it over to him?
Yeah. That's what I should have done. If I compass and saw blue, I could also draw off gold, conquer Rigor Mortis, and chump the other one. Since the game plan here is not damage anymore, the game plan here isn't disruption. The game plan here is just to survive.
Right, clear his board. And yeah, you're confident these 2 are his last 2 allies? I think.
Yeah, I was very certain these were his last 2 allies.
I see.
I was keeping track most of the game. Yeah.
And you just took 6 there, you let him have the hook as well. And you didn't compass, though.
Yeah. I didn't think of the line where I just compass and draw the gold into Conqueror.
I see. And you see a call.
I compass here. Yeah.
And you finally get to play a Conqueror of your own, but it kind of doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't do much. I was hoping he like arsenaled something important. Like the idea here is that I want to fatigue him so the Conqueror takes either 1 card from his great arsenal or 3 cards from his hand. Either way. But honestly, now that I think about it, it does not matter. Like the cards in his hand or graveyard, they're all kind of it's not very impactful at this stage.
It's just the filler blues that you have to run in gravy, like your like your port side exchanges or whatever, which kind of just like don't matter. I guess the Sunken Treasure here. I guess again, same thing. You have 3 allies on the board, so he gets one in the yard. It doesn't. Yeah.
I was pretty sure he had it in hand as well. Just there was like 1 or 2 remaining, and it was down to his last few cards. Yeah, I had so many allies in my.
I just realized. Did you miss a gold from your Conqueror hitting?
Oh yes, I did. They rectified it after this.
Bro, come on! What is this? Oh, okay, no, you got it back. You got it back here. Okay, you did. Okay.
Yeah. 70 minutes of Gravy Mirror. It's just crazy stream. Oh.
This guy getting complacent in the finals. I don't need the 4th gold.
Okay, I think I was really relieved because I was pretty certain I won at this stage. So
it did seem.
I was actually really scared I was really scared of being rude. Actually, if I like. Despite the whole game, I think the castles mentioned I kept poker face. I was really scared of accidentally being rude to my friend or like DMing.
Oh, interesting. I mean, it's still okay at this point. I think like turn 11, 12 was when you started being like, okay, you're like 90% to win here. But there was the like even like turn 8 and 9, it was already like you said it right. Like you were still sweating a little bit because if he had the Avasti there or something, he could double clear or he could like send a lot of damage at you when you were just at 10 with like no board. So yeah, I don't know.
I think actually, yeah. I think if he drew tipples and allies earlier, he kept the pressure going, this game would have been much harder. But Yeah, him losing the tempo and not being able to really double ally swing was pretty detrimental to his plan. Uh,
Yeah.
I think there was one turn he could have done it, but because I had an anchor on the board, he had to respect it and kill it, so he could not. Uh,
Right.
yeah. Also, he mentioned he sided out the second back and he break line in his matchup, which he thought was a mistake. I think so too. Uh,
How many
since
back lines
there
do
was
you?
one turn,
Sorry, yeah, go on.
I only play one in my deck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, but he has two in his deck list, but he only boarded in one for the mirror because I think they really want to run the King 60 in their testing.
Do you
So
fat
the
deck?
second one, I think he mentioned yes, I ran
Okay.
62.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay.
It's okay. I have a February link with like most of the matchups on this that list up
Oh, sweet. We'll try and.
already.
It's already. Is it somewhere?
Yeah, I think I put it in like the purple Discord a while back, and then they pinged it somewhere.
Okay, awesome. I'll try and add it to the description of this video as well.
Sure.
Cool.
I remember I was at Sentosa at the Luge with Peter Brass, and then we were queuing for the thing, and someone messaged me on Discord, "You have a sideboard guide," and I just did it. I just did it on the fly and just sent it to.
So this part was wild. You just played a Sawbones from hand, and then Enki also just passed into you because he's kind of just like. I think at this point, Enki, honestly, shout out to Enki as well for obviously playing really well, but also being a great sportsman here. Like he was just like, I think, yeah, he realized he lost, but he's just like, all right, just kill me. I think he told you that, right? Like we heard him over the comms.
Yes, and actually, something to note after this game, I'm always actually very scared of beating my opponent, so I did not even really celebrate after uh winning. And I think he noticed, and he held out my hand, and like to get me to celebrate with my guys, with my friends outside. It was
Yeah, we
pretty touching.
I think we caught that on video where like he grabbed your hand and he raised it up. It was like it was such a great
Yeah,
moment. It's so good. Yeah,
yeah. What a great spot.
for sure. So here he's sending his final his final damage at you, and he's like 3 cards left. I think at this point he just
Yeah.
I think he extends a fist bump on the following turn cycle, which
Yes.
is it's wild to see that you have 4 allies on board and 3 in the yard here.
Yeah. Like this is why I think you should be voting extra, especially when you have Snoops, the extra like I guess insurance to kill allies and still keep your own allies in the grave or in deck is quite great for your game plan. Um, the I mean I was also I thought maybe their team might play against the fatigue strategy and they bought extra cards as well. So it will help, but I'm not sure why they. I remember telling Michael Hamilton a day before day two that because he asked me when I told him I bought a 64, why I bought a 64. He asked me why I bought 64 and if in my testing I experienced fatigue a lot, and I told him. So he told me first. You normally it is testing one person high rolls the other player and gets all the gold, and the other player does nothing the whole game. So they keep lean 60 to try and like, I guess get a chance to high roll as much as possible. But I also told him if both players don't high roll, which I think happened this game, both of us did not really high roll our draws. We both had series of bad draws. The game gets very stale, matey, and grinds quite a bit. So, uh, yeah. Although he did mention he didn't sleep much. I think somewhere I think I read somewhere he didn't sleep much during the previous night.
I don't know when they came in, but I mean the jet lag from the US to Singapore is a lot. So could be
Yeah.
could definitely be that. Awesome. So looking back at it, I guess learnings from the game. I mean, it seemed like you were pretty happy the way you played. Just a couple of maybe missed compass activations. Maybe later on in the game there was a moment where you said instead of attacking, you should have just set up like a rigor mortis. But other than that, any learnings from your end looking back at that game?
Actually quite a lot. I don't think I was that prepared for this road. So My intention was to go in and bomb him. Actually, most of the preparation to I actually prepared the most for national, and I had a horrible run. Even though my top four, my matchups were terrible. I played Syndra, Prism, Dawnblade, Dorinthia, and then Dash IO, Slippy, and another mirror. And then in the top eight, I fought another Slippy and a Dash IO, which was like that kind of got me off the deck. I really wanted to play Slippy because the matchups were so horrendous. Um, but my teammates kept telling me to play Gravy because they felt like I was probably one of the best pilots in Singapore. I've like I love the deck since it released, and I've I don't know how I am able to like kind of see a lot of the Gravy lines before. I think Calvin noted to me a lot of times. I see the lines like way before he even considers them. And he's actually the one that got me to play this deck. I was gonna play Slippy for the event. One day before I was designing with it, I told him to shuffle two cards face down. I took the Slippy card, and then I was like, okay, I'm playing Slippy. And he said, no, I will play against you with my Gravy deck. He will play against me with his Gravy deck against my Slippy, and if he beat me, I would have to play Gravy. So he actually destroyed me. And made me play Gravy. So thank you for destroying me, Kelvin.
So actually, yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Gravy Slippy matchup? Because I feel like people used to think it was Slippy was favored, but I believe the consensus has changed, right? Like Gravy's actually his favorite now.
The Slippy is like the issue with Slippy is they clear allies so efficiently, and they can also kill you because Bonds is crazy. Uh, but after the addition of snags to the deck, I think it's not that easy anymore for Slippy to just outright kill you since me running Bonds, me running snag and quick dodge means I could effectively skip one Bonds or one mantle. Skipping a mantle especially is really good. So it means that they couldn't really kill me anymore. And most of the players are running the German list with the double troubles, and I think Gravy is not that easily fatigued. If the Gravy player sets up big turns with double ally swings and like tracks his like damage, it's not very easy to get fatigued into conventional decks. The only real hero that I think can fatigue Gravy is the Gravy Bones, quite ironically.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and also the snag means that if they try and head jab your chum and react over it, and you snag to just cancel that, you kind of just win on the spot, right? It's like the game's just over.
Yeah, that's like honest. That's a game winner most of the time, and actually the new card will do it too,
Are
which
you
is
are you
kind of
planning to
crazy.
run the what's it called? I forgot
Yes,
what it's
I'm
called.
thinking
Mhm.
fearless confrontation, something like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, fearless confrontation, I think.
Yeah. Imagine if it came out. Imagine if MPG came out um before Pisces. That would be crazy.
Yeah. So what slot would it take, you think? The fearless confrontation? Because the blue is also
Uh,
quite tight, right? Like you don't really have.
yes.
Mhm.
So actually, I have a kind of a separation of blues in a deck. I separate the blues based on whether they are damaged with Go Again, whether they are utility with Go Again, or whether they are unarsenalable blues that don't start the chain. So Sunken Treasure is one, Back Alley Breakline is another. Um, what else is there in the deck? But Fearless Confrontation definitely goes into that like that list of cards. So I would think you have to take out one of those cards. Oh, I have Ophidia. You probably have to take out one or more of those cards to add in the Fearless. I would maybe take out the Diamond Amulet and like maybe a Sunken. It's an interesting addition. I think LS. I think I like the way LSS does goes with the like tech cards. You have to sacrifice something in your deck to run them. So in this case, you'll be sacrificing consistency with the Go Again blues to be running the Fearless Confrontation. A blocking 3 definitely helps a lot. Uh, but it's still not arsenalable. and you hate to like draw it off a gold to like kind of under into it, I guess. Um, so I think I have to find the right number for like these bricky blues that come in that are like niche.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually cut the back early for this deck for the eye because I felt like there was too many bricky cards.
Like too many, like not arsonable, not go again. That makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on. That was super interesting and super valuable. Is there, I don't, where can people find more of Shirui if they want to find you?
I have a Twitter. I just made it. I don't really use social media that much. I'll try to post more. And if you're in Singapore, you can visit my club in the campus, I guess. I'll be starting the NUS Fab Club soon. I was preparing for nationals with the deck, and then I got like kind of burnt out with the game, and I also had to do a lot of my NS like duties. I did some extra duty, I think, to try and get extra leaves for my uni. So I didn't have that much prep time. I don't think the deck was amazing. I actually didn't want to bring Gravy partially because I thought the deck was incomplete. I'm not a crazy good deck builder. I mostly just pilot decks. That's why I took Aiden's deck for my nationals. And I thought my team actually had a really good Sleepy deck. That's why I really wanted to play Sleepy. It was really good and really comprehensive. Whereas the Gravy deck that I built, I thought was a bit lacking since I only had like 5 hours a week to play the game because of my job.
Mm-hmm. I mean, worked out for you in the end. Turns out 5 hours a week is good enough if you're that good at the decks.
The deck definitely is very skill intensive. I think you can there's a lot of room and a lot of I can still find this in my final game. Like the deck has so much room to grow and to play, and you get like the 1 percentage point from like when you use toppers and what decision points you make and when you take risks. A great part of the deck, I think, a great part of the deck is kind of counting how many cards you've drawn. Like if you've drawn 2 or 3 blues in a row, your next card might not be a blue. Or if you draw a bunch of allies in a row, the next card might not be an ally. So you need to like kind of weigh although it's like kind of still semi-random, you have to weigh the risks and how much you have left in your deck.
Yeah, I've definitely felt like with the pirate heroes, there's a level of like you like have this dial for how risk averse you want to be or how risk tolerant you want to be, and so much skill expression is in how far you want to go in either direction relative to your current game state, right? Like you mentioned, when you're behind, you just want to go be more risk tolerant, but if you're ahead, you want to be a bit more risk averse, and the pirate heroes gives you that skill expression, and you obviously showcase that incredibly in that game and your entire Pro Tour one. So once again, thanks for coming on, and definitely, what's your next event that you're going to play? Are you coming to Worlds?
Actually, I don't think I'll be playing much. I'm considering calling Shizuoka, but like calling Shizuoka is actually 1 day before my midterms.
Oh,
so I would have to fly back on the final day and take the midterm for the next the second I
see.
get back.
Okay.
I'm not planning on going to Worlds because it's in Philadelphia. It's really far for me.
So
the Yokohama.
Japan, hopefully see your Proto Japan.
Oh no, I remember seeing Yokohama was also on my finals week. Like the week leading up to my finals, it's like really bad timing. But I'll try and like study earlier so I can really go.
Sweet, cool. Well, definitely hope to see you at more events, and yeah, hopefully see you on the channel as well for sure. To everyone, that is Shirui Wu, your World Tour Singapore champion. Leave a comment congratulating him and stuff. And yeah, that was Replay Analysis number 6 with the pros. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.